Welcome back to In Frame Brooklyn. Charlie from Real Brooklyn Films here. And this is the first of hopefully a number of vlogs I'm going to do while I'm on the road making Rising Tides. I promised I would do them. I'm a little remiss. I'm 2 trips in, but we'll do a little recap and we'll fix that right now. So I started principal photography about 4 weeks ago, and that was a trip out to Shelter Island on the end of Long Island, which you can only get to by a ferry, and it's an 8-minute ride on the ferry, and it's exactly what you would think it would be, a small fishing island where scalloping is the main source of business, and because of what we're talking about, the scallops are all dying before they can be harvested. Now, there's a lot involved in that, which we'll get into in the movie, that has to do with the fishing season being pushed back a whole month. There's lots of stuff. But anyway, I went out. I met this amazing gentleman named Wayne King. He's a scalloper. You can see him here. And he was willing to talk to me. We had a little conversation in the diner. Then we went out on his boat. And to underscore the lack of scallops, he threw 4 dredges in and we caught 3 scallops. So this is no joke. But he talked about, the fact that he believes in climate change. Not everyone does. People have different reasons for why things are the way they are. Sometimes you can stare reality right in the face, and it's more important to sort of work around the problem than figure out why the problem is happening, and that's all good. But definitely Wayne, believes in climate change, and we went out on his boat. It was fantastic. I'm going back out next week to do a more in-depth interview with him and his wife and get out on the boat again and hopefully talk to a couple of other scallopers as well about what's going on out there. It's serious. People are losing their houses, their boats. They can't make a living out there. The wineries certainly haven't helped the situation, raising the property taxes out there. It's a different situation from when I grew up out on Long Island. When I grew up on Long Island, it was like farms and it was about as far away from city life as you could be. So that's part of what's going on out there. I just returned from Maine, and an amazing trip to Maine, I got to tell you. I met with the Citizens Climate Lobby. I got to shoot their monthly meeting, and that was wild. They were trying to stream it for other people who couldn't be there. There was like 15 people in the room, and it was a cacophony of sound, but it was great. And that's the kind of meeting. That was a real good example of what a community meeting should be. And Peter Dugas is the guy that runs this thing up there. So he set this all up for me, and he introduced me to a bunch of amazing people. I got amazing interviews with Peter, Susanna Hancock, who is this rock star, a superstar woman who spends half her time in the Arctic, measuring methane levels with a pack and a sled that she apparently just carries across the ice. The rest of her time she spends with world leaders talking about climate change at different climate gathering things. I don't know what the hell you call them. So she's amazing. She's insane. And then David Kuhnhart was my third. This guy's amazing. He has done everything from being in the solar industry to business. He knows how to speak to business people. He knows how to speak to politicians, and he really has his thumb on what's going on politically and what's going on up there and in Washington. He's well versed with that world. So getting his opinion in the movie is one of the things I was hoping for, because we got a 3-pronged movie here. We've got the lives of the fishermen and lobstermen and baymen who all of this is affecting, but also the science of why it's happening in all these places, and then the politics of who's doing what, who's not doing what. And then a couple of weeks ago, I was in Florida. I went down to Miami to interview another superstar. Her name is Caitlin Joseph, and she is a marine biologist at University of Miami who is studying the bleaching of the coral down in the Keys. And you can see, like, just look at the pictures here, that's dead coral. That white coral is dead. Some of it can come back. Some of it, because of the rise in temperature in the ocean, just ain't coming back. And she was great. She actually goes under the water with one of those James Bond underwater half submersible things and drives around the reefs, and they do computer modeling. So that's all going to be in the movie. But no, it's been great. And while I was up in Maine, I went out to Vinyl Haven, which is an island just off the coast. And it is the largest lobster fleet in Maine. And it's a beautiful island. I talked to a bunch of wonderful people. They were very nice. Like when you go by, everybody waves at you while you're driving. So I got a lot of good B-roll there. And that's it. So that's where we're at. Next week, I'm back out to Long Island, to Shelter Island, to interview Wayne Moore and his wife, and hopefully a couple of other scallopers, and get a lot more B-roll of the boats and stuff. Then, at the end of April, I'm down in Maryland for a week, and I've got all kinds of people to talk to in Baltimore, the Bay, D.C. I've got a full week of interviews set up, so it's going to be great. I'll keep you posted. I'll be doing vlogs. I hate that word. Video things while I'm down there. So, good things. Rising tides. It's happening. Happened very quickly, this. The idea is to get this thing out before the 2024 presidential election. I may have some contacts with PBS. I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to get it out, and because it's important. That's it. Charlie from Real Brooklyn Films. If you want to know about the movie, www.realbrooklynfilms.net. If you want to talk to me, it's charlierbfnyc@gmail.com. Rising tides. It's important. And remember, keep shooting.